Welcome back. Destructive News Network news, no matter how destructive. In this video, it's might have gone a little viral a few times, but recently I've seen it being posted by a lot of viral accounts on Twitter today, and I looked into it and I was like, people were talking about, this is because of COVID. This is because the economy is really hard to get good employees. So, this location is this way because of COVID and the economy and workers not wanting to work for minimum wage, and just all the excuses in the world. This story happened in 2019 before COVID. I just wanted to do this story to tell people and show people that customer service in Sun people establishments is terrible. Customer service by Sun women in any establishment is typically terrible. If you want to have a bad experience in service in the food services industry, go to a Sun establishment. Go to an establishment that hires Sun women. You're going to have the worst experience ever. I promise you. And it doesn't matter when it happens. It doesn't matter if it's pre-COVID, post-COVID. Your service is going to be bad. Let's take a look and see what's going on in this video.
New tonight, a CBS 46 exclusive. Our news crew attacked at a popular diner in Metro Atlanta.
Our Adam Murphy showing up at this restaurant.
So this happened in Atlanta. So, you go to Atlanta, you're going to find, culture shock aside, you go into a business in Metro Atlanta, predominantly going to see Sun people as the employees in these establishments. I lived all around the country, never lived in a really, really, really black metro, or what we like to call chocolate cities, with 20+% Sun people population demographic split. That's what you'll experience when you go to Metro Atlanta. So do not be shocked and do not be alarmed. That's just kind of normal.
Failing health score, but instead of simply being turned away, things get violent.
I've been questioning local restaurant managers about critical health violations for more than a decade.
So this guy's been doing this for a very long time, as he says, for as long as a decade. He criticizes restaurants on their scores. This is not a targeted incident. This is not a racist incident that happened because they were black. Everybody's black in Metro Atlanta. So get over it. Get past it. I don't want to hear the excuses.
Okay, but this week I encountered something I've never experienced before. A violent confrontation with employees at a local diner, and it was all caught on camera.
You can get out my face.
Can we ask you, ma'am, about this? Expired deli meat stored in the cooler for customers?
This is normal. This is common stuff, right? They're not picking on anybody. Restaurants violate health code all the time. This is a normal thing across America, regardless of the establishment and who works it. Granted, some are greater offenders than others, but that it really just depends on the management of the place. These people are completely offended that the news came in to ask questions, and they don't have to be. They don't have to feel happy. They can feel upset. They can be upset. They can ask them to leave. They can ask them to stop recording. It's private property. They can no trespass them. They have all of those things in their repertoire. They could use those. They could use good judgment and resolve the incident without issue. But when you're dealing with Sun women, temperatures run hot, things get crazy, and then violence occurs.
Serving expired deli meat? Ma'am, don't touch the camera.
Don't put the camera in my face.
Hey, we need to answer.
The camera's not in her face. I like how, don't put the camera in my face. Why do you talk like that? Why can't you just say, don't put the camera in my face? Don't put the camera in my face.
In my face. Call police.
And again, the number one group of people, drop the basketballs in the comment section, that scream about police brutality, police racism, targeting, is the Sun person. But who is the first person to always yell that they're calling the police? No, not Karens, not glider Karens. It is the Sun woman. I grew up in various neighborhoods, various types of communities. When I did my time in the projects, one thing I noticed as a child, as a small child, is that some women will call the police in a heartbeat. They will, I'm telling you, we give Karens a bad name and we make fun of Karens, and there's this whole thing about Karens, but I'm telling you, Sun women are the original Karens. Anytime they'll call the police for stuff that just doesn't have anything to do with law enforcement, and they will announce it loud and proud, but then we'll call somebody a snitch if they work with the police. I'm telling you, my community makes no sense. Drop the basketballs and emojis in the comment section. Let's go.
It's not uncommon to get the cold shoulder when questioning a restaurant about a failing inspection. Denny's on Panola Road in Lithonia scored 52 points in a U for unsatisfactory. The health inspector busted them for expired deli meat, flying insects, and raw eggs on bacon and cheese.
What's
but
that
these
about?
Violations pale in.
Expired deli meats. That's an easy thing to not do. That's just like to have care, to like have a process to inspect things for expiration, using things in a timely fashion. Ordering, which I know across all industries is just a tough thing to accomplish. When I did my time in low wage, low skilled positions, the one thing that I always just question marked in my head was, why can't people that are responsible for having supplies and ordering supplies ever manage and order the supplies? We're always running out of stuff stuff that we use every day. How do you run out of something that you use every day? I don't get it. And that's just across the board. I experienced that. So again, none of this stuff is really targeted at Sun people. This just happened to be a Sun person worked establishment. That's the only thing that really happened here that I see as out of the ordinary. And then of course the Sun response is pretty typical too. Flying insects. Places have bugs. It's just a part of life. You have your own kitchen. I'm sure you'll get a fly or something every now and then. You might get gnats from time to time. That's just a part of having food, especially in places where it's hot, like the South, in America. The raw eggs on bacon plus cheese, I don't really understand what that's about. Like, are they serving this stuff and they're not cooking the eggs all the way? Like, are they storing raw eggs with bacon and cheese? I hope they go into detail about what that means exactly.
Comparison to this violation of civility.
You don't have to put the camera on nobody. I can get out of here with that.
You don't have to put the camera on nobody. You don't have to put the camera on nobody. Ain't that a double negative? What do you think the camera's for? The camera is to film. They're filming the story. The story involves a store and the store's employees, which are people. So that's what the cameras are there for, to put on people. And she's saying you don't have to put the cameras on people. Then she said, did she ever even actually say that they had to leave? Did she ever tell them that they had to leave? Let's see.
Customers, were you serving expired deli meat stored in the cooler? Can we ask you, ma'am, about this? Expired deli meat stored in the cooler for customers.
She said, get the camera off me without permission. That is another thing in the hood that I grew up hearing over and over again, to the point where I actually believed it for a short period of my life. In the Sun community, Sun women believe that you can't film, record, take pictures of them without express written consent, like they're the NBA or the NFL or something. If you are in a public place, you have no expectation of privacy, you can be filmed. There's no law against filming someone. There's no law against taking pictures of a person. You can take pictures of a person in public. You can take pictures of a person in a private place that you have a right to be at. She still, to this point, has not asked them to leave.
Customers, were you serving expired deli meat? Ma'am, don't touch the
telling them to get the camera out of her face and hitting the camera. She didn't actually tell them to leave.
Don't put the camera in my face.
Hey, we need to ask
you don't need to be in
about
my
these
face.
violations.
Call police.
She's calling
It's
the police
not
for
uncommon
what?
to get the cold shoulder when questioning a restaurant about a failing inspection. Denny's on Panola Road in Lithonia scored 52 points in a U for unsatisfactory. The health inspector busted them for expired deli meat, flying insects, and raw eggs on bacon and cheese. But these violations pale in comparison to this violation of civility.
You don't have to put the camera on nobody. I can get out of here with that. Y'all can go ahead.
Y'all can go. She still has yet to formally ask them to leave. She said, y'all can go ahead with that. That doesn't hold up in the courtroom. Your ebonics don't work in the courtroom. I don't think a judge, even in Metro Atlanta, would recognize y'all can go ahead with that as a command to leave.
So we're not going to discuss it.
They're not supposed to be in the building.
So whoa.
You not supposed to be in the building. They did not tell them they had to leave yet. They're just making statements that don't command anything or anyone to do anything.
Hey. Hands off me. Get your hands off me.
So she's hitting them, and then when they swat back or defend themselves, she's saying, "Get your hands off me." And then this guy, this simp dude, this runt, he comes from out the back on the phone with someone, swinging his hands and, hey, probably gonna say, "Don't touch a female. That's a female," because they love to say that.
Hey.
Get out.
Hey.
Bye.
The news just walked in here.
Come on now. Guys.
Bye.
Wow.
Bye.
So this is how you
You guys have no.
Did they actually tell them to leave though?
Wow.
Bye.
So this is how
You guys have no right.
You
So
guys
this
have,
is
they're incomplete sentences. It's like they're going to start to tell them to leave, but then they like stop, and it's like an incomplete sentence. So I mean, if you went back and looked at this, they can't. Can they even give them a no trespass? They literally didn't ask them to leave. They just assaulted them and started pushing them.
you respond to violations. It's not the treatment even a news crew would expect from a place that calls itself America's Diner. And here's one of their employees.
A plainclothes employee. I don't understand this, dude. I went to Red Lobster. I go to Red Lobster because I grew up in a really poor place where Red Lobster was the fancy restaurant. So I go every now and then, ironically. Honestly, I can't even remember the last time I've been to Red Lobster. I don't think I've been to Red Lobster all year. Oh, maybe. Was it 2021 did I go to? It might have been like 2020. I don't even think we went in 2021. But we went, and there was like a lady that was like working at the hostess station, and she was just in street clothes. She was not dressed like she worked at the place. She's just in street clothes. It was just like a random lady that was taking orders and getting tables and stuff. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And I think I ended up like solving the mystery of what the heck is going on. Of course, it was a Sunwoman. We believe that she was helping her daughter that worked at the restaurant. And she was just working there helping her because she randomly just left the hostess station seating tables and then went out in the parking lot and started washing a car. And we were so confused. We were like, what is happening here? I'm telling you, when your establishment is run by Sun people, especially women, it'll just go crazy. They'll just start doing crazy stuff. This chick got a whole street outfit on, but is an employee. What is she there picking up her check? I don't get it, but let's see how she behaves.
My son right here. If you
My son right here.
feel me with that
Oh, you feel me with that?
camera, I'ma knock your ass out.
Oh, so this is it. This is the Sunwoman. This is the household.
And I probably
She tucked her food under her chin to get that swat in, and her kid, he's not disturbed. He's not crying. He's not going, "Mommy," like what kids normally do. You know why? Because this is 100% normal in this kid's life. This is what she does daily. She does this to him. She does this to his dad.
do that. My son right here, son.
My son right here, son.
Don't do that, cause I knock your ass
Hey, that's
out.
assault right
I
there.
don't give a
She don't care about assault. Why do white people do this? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say white people. I meant to say gliders. Why do gliders do this? You know damn well that this city is built on the idea that this person is the most hunted, downtrodden, discriminated against, unprotected species on the face of the earth. She can do whatever she wants. She can have 8 kids with no husband, no job, and the government will be there to take care of each one of them and to pat her on the back and say it's going to be okay in racist America. She can get in her car with her kid, take 2 shots of Hennessy, and then drive and run over one of the cameramen, and she won't be charged. What DA in that county is going to charge her with any crime for assaulting anyone, let alone a glider male. She could spit on you. All of this stuff, felonious assault, felonies, high-level misdemeanors. She won't catch a single charge. She won't even get a citation. The only group of people on earth that can get away with assaults, harassment as just a daily part of their life. Nothing happens to them. You and I do something like that. Shoot, we raise our voices at someone. We can catch it disorderly. She can literally assault someone in HD on camera and nothing happens. Again and again. And we keep having to live with this lie that this person is somehow negatively impacted by the existence of men and the existence of gliders. Very weird.
My son right here, you.
Is that how you talk?
Joey.
Is that how you talk in front of your son?
Yes, that's how she talks in front of her son. You see the kid isn't shaken at all. He's used to his mom doing that.
Her kitchen was as hot as the employees. Perhaps none of this
He'd be back there selling weed out the back. Come on, man.
would have happened.
What's your business here?
You want to talk to us about
Do you
this?
have rights to record us?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, everybody has the same. He's holding up a phone, recording them, asking them if they have a right to record us. He's asking them because he honestly doesn't know. He literally doesn't know. This is 2019. My man got an iPhone from the mid 2000s, y'all. Come on.
Why? What are your rights?
You have a failing
Get it
health
together.
inspection.
What are your rights? Oh my gosh.
Okay,
You want to talk about the failing health
the failing
inspection?
health inspection is up.
Hey, that's assault.
He keeps hitting them.
Charge.
He know it ain't a charge. He's not going to jail. Nothing's gonna happen to him.
You don't care?
No, we don't care because you built a society that constantly at every level excuses his behavior. That's why he doesn't care.
We're not touching you.
He knows nothing's going to happen.
Moments later, DeKalb County Police showed up at Denny's, but not for their Grand Slam breakfast.
Y'all are good.
Officers confirmed we were well within our rights to question the restaurant, and we were not the ones in the wrong. I received a statement from Denny's corporate office regarding the incident. They said, quote, "We are disappointed by the inappropriate and unacceptable behavior by employees."
No, they're not. This behavior by these employees that they hired is standard issue, and they know it.
They also said, quote, "We have spoken to the franchisee at this location, and he has taken immediate action to ensure the restaurant meets our high brand standards and has taken appropriate action with employees."
I'm sure they have.
If you'd like to read the full statement, you can see it online. Go to the CBS 46 app.
Let's take a look and see what people are talking about in the comments section. Imagine embarrassing yourself for a job that pays you the minimum wage. My son is right here, proceeds to yell every single slur in the English dictionary right in front of him. That's funny how they are willing to catch a charge over a minimum wage job, but they're not going to catch a charge. Yeah, dang right. You nailed it right here. No, you didn't. They're not going to catch a charge. She don't care about her damn son. That lady nearly hit him with the food box. I don't understand why they are so mad. They just work there. I really wouldn't care. I'm not Denny's. I'm not the manager. I'm a waiter, and all I'd say is no comment until they leave. They got way too heated. Exactly. They acting like they've got dividends coming from the restaurant. They got part ownership. The employees are the owners. No, you work for less than minimum wage, and you make your money off of tips. If only their kitchen was as hot as the employees, perhaps none of this would have happened. LOL roasted. My son right here, as she continues to make a fool of herself instead of, they don't care about these kids. Kids are a means to an end. Get benefits or to trap a man. Get your hands off me, she says as putting her hands on everyone else. That's life in the community, my friend. I really hate when my people do stuff like this. Our community already gets pushed down and they're doing nothing but making it even worse. Tell me about it. It really boils my blood. I don't know who raised them, but my parents would never let me do that to anyone. Yeah, you're one of the rare ones then, buddy. That lady just wanted to be on the news. Her son wasn't even on camera till she started talking. Oh, Denny's was by far the dirtiest restaurant I ever worked at. Man, have you not worked at a Waffle House then? I was a waitress and wouldn't even eat the free meals we were given because our kitchen and the cooks were so disgusting. I remember walking in to get an order contracted. And contracted? Why you say it like I guess that's the industry lingo, maybe. I don't know. That sounds weird. And one of the cooks was picking something out of his sneaker, then proceeds to grab a toast from the toaster and butter it. I've seen him drop food on the floor, pick it back up, and put it on a plate, which I refuse to serve to customers. They also reused food. Like if someone would send an order back, they would save some of the food items and then serve them to someone else. I don't understand how these people weren't arrested or why Denny's didn't guarantee to fire them. Really, you don't understand. TJR 4448. You don't understand. You don't understand. They don't want the restaurant to be burned down. Who would burn it down? Yeah. Drop those basketballs in the comment section. The quality there is already on the floor. I really don't think they cared about the type of employees they had. Not that deep. It is that deep. Oh, I'm sure they got fired. I'm sure they didn't. Denny's is terrified of them. Yes, they are. I'm sure you know a lot about burning down buildings. Hush. It's when your employees made a national fool of themselves for the world to see. They'd do that again if they had the opportunity to. Interesting story. I just thought I'd just jump on it and just show you life interacting with the Sunman and the Sunwoman. Thank you for checking out the video. Hit that like, hit that share, jump in that comment section. Let me know what you think about this story, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.